Here is another polynomial expansion or distribution problem. We have a binomial times a trinomial. You expand and simplify this as shown below. Here are the steps. Row 1 has this step, row 2, row 3. In which step is your first error? So let's verify here. What we have here is x times x squared plus 3x minus 5. This x squared plus 3x minus 5 is here. So what we're doing here is we're saying this thing times this entire amount, which makes sense because the idea of distribution can be such that we are multiplying this way, where each individual item gets multiplied by x. So in other words, we can rewrite it as x times this amount, and then we can then distribute the negative 2 times each and every single one of these terms. So we get negative 2 times this. And if you ever learn the trick where if we have twins, whereas these are the twins, what you can do is you can write in the twin. We have x squared plus 3x minus 5. Draw some hollow brackets, and you literally throw the remaining items in, which is x, and the negative 2 gets thrown over here. And you can see that this expression here times x, using distribution, is equivalent to x times this expression. And this expression, this thing here, times negative 2 is negative 2 times this expression. So this is working fine. This step is legitimate. As for step 2, you can see that we're simply distributing. So we have x times x squared is x cubed, x times 3x is 3x squared, x times negative 5 is negative 5x. So this is okay. Negative 2 times x squared is negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times positive 3x is negative 6x. And negative 2 times negative 5 is positive 10. So this is also correct. And finally, we're looking at the x cubes, and there it is, correct. We're looking at all the x squares, and these are the only ones. Notice how I'm underlining the sign, the positive or negative sign to the left of the term. We have a positive 3, negative 2 becomes positive 1x, or positive x squared. So this is correct. And negative 5x, let me just do a little squiggly line here, negative 6x, these are the same power terms. Negative 5, negative 6 becomes negative 11, and the positive 10 is all by itself. So these are all correct. There is no error.